Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a try new makeup. We still have a couple things from my Sephora haul that I wanted to test out on my face. I've also been purchasing some other stuff. Things have come in PR, and I just selected a bunch that I thought would pair nicely for this look. Also in my Sephora haul, I had requests to recreate that eye makeup, so I was considering doing that just with an addition of a new palette as well for this video. So if you like that makeup, you're gonna like this. And yeah, I'm doing a hair mask right now, so that is why my hair is all wet, but I still wanted to film. So we're gonna start off with this Jisoo honey infused lip oil. It finally came to me. I love the packaging of this. It feels so nice, especially opening it up. I feel like my thumb fits perfectly there. It's a great grip for opening. I feel like it's perfectly designed for the hand. I was not expecting this. I was hoping for a yummy scent. Maybe smell like the Clarins one that looks like this. I don't like the scent. It smells almost like it went off. That's how it smells to me. The paddle is a nice shape because it kind of cups the lips, and it does have a really nice glossy finish. I just really don't like the smell of this, like at all. For that reason, I personally wouldn't repurchase this myself. I'm not returning it. I'm going to use it up because I do like the packaging. I like the gloss. There are aspects of it that I do find appealing. It's just the smell for me. So let me know how this smells to you, because I don't know. I just really don't like the smell of this. And that was my first product I've ever tried from Jisoo, and I know they have a hair oil, I think maybe a perfume mist as well. So let me know how that fragrance is, because I was kind of hoping for something fragranced in this lip oil. As you can see, my brows are not done, and we're going to do them in this video. So I have this Sephora Shape and Set Clear Brow. Do I have it? I do not. This is the Sephora Shape and Set Clear Brow Gel. Looks like this. The brush reminds me of the Patrick Ta, and the formula is really nice and thin. It doesn't get stringy or anything like that. I've used this several times. It almost feels like water. That's how thin it is. I really like this. I don't think it's as, let's use this on a flyaway. I don't think this is as setting as my Benefit 24 Hour, which is my absolute favorite, but it is nice, and I do like the brush. Just going to put them in place. And I like that it doesn't make any white specks, any kind of gross texture on my skin. The formula of this is really nice. Plus it's the Sephora Collection price point, so it is on the more affordable end, which I love. Just going to shape the brows. I do have a brow tint and lamination that I did at home, and I had people ask me to show in video how I did it. I do want to do that eventually. However, I just want to perfect it because it was the first time I did it and I feel like I could be better. So that is my intention, to eventually film it. I just want to get better at the process first. For my brows, I've really been enjoying this, and it surprises me because I haven't switched up my brows in so long, but this is the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Powder. I used this in my last trying new makeup, so I'm just going to quickly fill in my brows with this. I do use a angle brush, and it has a spoolie on the other end. I'm going to quickly fill them in. It just gives a more soft look to the brows. And my hairs are now locked in place due to that brow gel. Definitely one that I would recommend checking out if you're looking for something affordable. I love everything about it. Now I'm just going to clean up underneath my brow just with a little bit of concealer. And we're going to start on the eyes before we go to the complexion. For eyes, the new palette I'm using is the one I did in my last video from NARS. It is the Laguna Sunset. I thought these colors were so pretty. I was debating between these two shades, which one to use all over my lid to recreate that look that I did in my Sephora haul. And I also used the Too Faced Italian Spritz palette for that video. So we did a lot of the warm tones in that with the bronze on the lid. I loved how it looked. I also have a bunch of new brushes that Sigma sent over, and I haven't used Sigma brushes for so long, so I keep dropping everything. I'm very excited to test these out today. For the crease color, I'm going to take an E25 brush, and I'm going to start off with the shade Capri Fun and mix in a little bit of the shade Impossible. You already know my love for this palette. This is definitely one of my most used palettes lately. The perfect amount of mattes mixed with these really fun shimmers. I just don't know why this hasn't come to Sephora Canada. So far for 2023, this is my palette of the year. Then for the outer corner, I'm taking Feeling Saucy And this is an E36 brush from Sigma. I don't have any brush like this. Super fluffy, but tiny. So it's a great little blender for detail work. It's really, really nice. My eyeshadow, I feel like, looks exceptionally good today. Are they the new brushes? Because I've used this palette so many times. Just is blending so well. Now that the matte work is done, I'm going to go in with that Laguna Sunset palette. And I think I've decided to go in with this shade. It is more sheer than this bronze tone. I was considering mixing, but we're going to start with that. I might play around. I'm just going to take my finger with it. That's my favorite way to apply shades like this, and then just apply it all over the eye. In that Sephora haul video, I was just using the Sin shade, which is right there. So you don't have to buy two separate palettes if you want to create that look. I just wanted to play around with something new for trying new makeup because it makes sense to test out new products. So I really love how that went on. That was just one dab in, not too much work doing that. I'm gonna apply a little bit more on, but I like how that looks. Okay, I'm obsessed with this. It is so gorgeous. I'm so happy I did that. Do have a little bit of fallout. We will clean that up, but I'm just going to move on and do the liner, which for that look, I use just a shadow liner, and this is the shade I always reach for. I feel like it really complements my eye color, and it's part of the Fenty Beauty bronzer highlight palette that you can use as eyeshadow or for the face. I am obsessed with this. I use it all the time and literally always use this every day for my liner. And I'm going to take a Sigma E75 brush to line the eyes. I don't have any new mascara or lashes for this video. I'm just going to use similarly to what I used in that Sephora haul. And I was wearing these. These are the Day Club lashes stacked with Martini from BK Beauty and Risa Does Makeup. However, I used these recently with glitter, so these are now done. I don't use lashes after I've used them with glitter just because it gets everywhere. So I kind of recreated them off camera to the best of my ability, and we're going to pop those on after a little bit of my Rare Beauty mascara. Lashes are on. I feel like I recreated the other set fairly well. They might be even more dramatic, but they work for this look. And off camera, I did clean up the fallout. I recently ran out of my Garnier micellar water, which I absolutely love. However, I had this to test out and I've been really enjoying it. It's from Clé de Peau Beauté. It is their micellar cleansing water. It smells really nice and really effective at getting off all the glitter specks that I had. I like that it's in a pump. It's kind of nice for my makeup setup down here as well. I just can put it over here in my brush holder. If you saw my declutter, you kind of saw a sneak peek at my whole setup down here for both my makeup collection filming setup and my vanity. You get to see it all in that video. So definitely go check it out if you're curious of that. And now we're going to move on to the complexion. I don't have anything on my face right now. So I do want to moisturize, and I have a new primer to use for this video. To moisturize, I'm just using my Bobbi Brown eye cream. And then for the rest of my face, I have the MAC Hyperreal Skin Canvas Balm. Still absolutely loving this product. It feels like silk on the skin. It feels so nice. And this is my favorite eye cream for before makeup. I don't use anything but this. And then for sunscreen, I'm trying to use this up. It is a primer as well, but I've been using this strictly for sunscreen. It is from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is one of 3 sunscreens I've found that doesn't break me out. It is the Invisible UV Flawless Primer, and it has an SPF of 50 in it. This expires next month. I've been trying to use this up. My favorite thing about this, besides it not breaking me out, is that it's clear, has a little bit of a glow to it, and doesn't smell like sunscreen, because I don't like the traditional sunscreen smell. It's just a really, really nice sunscreen for me. Just don't like the price. And then for primer, we are going to be trying out the Pixi Flawless Beauty Primer. It says Hydrating Glow Primer. Hopefully this doesn't give too much glow, but we will see. I haven't even opened it yet. We're gonna see how much glow this gives. We might have to change directions. This is what that product looks like. It has a slight peachy pink beige color. It's lightening my skin ever so slightly, and it most definitely has a glow to it. Wow. The Charlotte Tilbury sunscreen does have a glow to it too. That's my preferred level of glow. I did use quite a bit though. We are glowing. Very, very glowy. I do think it's going to suit my Tom Ford foundation, which I haven't used on camera yet. And this is the Traceless Foundation Stick. I have the shade Tawny. I've been really enjoying this. You can see, like, going through this pretty fast. And I'm just going to swipe it on my skin. Usually I do put a pore filling primer in my T-zone, but I'm going to show you this just as is, and I can always correct that after with a little bit of powder. So I do have a new foundation brush to test out, hoping it's dense enough for this. It is the Sigma Multitasker, and it's the F45. I think this should work though for the foundation. If not, we'll switch over to my trusty BK Beauty. You can see how pink that primer made my skin. I love how natural this foundation looks. Probably my favorite thing about it. Truly traceless. It is one of the most natural looking foundations for the consistency, the texture on my skin. I did buy the Wet n Wild to compare to it, so I still plan on doing that. And this brush is working perfectly with the formula. I found the primer did sheer out this foundation a little bit more than I usually get. It looks very natural, but typically I get a bit more coverage. I just feel like it was so hydrating and radiant, so I am going to add a little bit more just to bump up the coverage. This foundation's super natural and fresh. I do like to lightly set it after, and then it just helps with the texture as well. It does look better when I use the primers I typically do. Not bad. Still looks hydrated, beautiful, healthy skin. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Givenchy concealer. I've been actually really enjoying this. It is more of a light medium coverage, definitely not full coverage concealer, but I feel like if you use more skin-like foundations like this or the Beauty Blender Skin Tint, I feel like it really matches my daily wear foundations quite nicely. So I've been reaching for this often. To keep the coverage though, I do like to use a concealer brush, and I recently picked up the one from Rare Beauty. Steph has raved about this and I just never picked it up. She says she has multiples, so I finally got my own to test out. I love a concealer brush because it doesn't shear it out as much as when I go in with a beauty sponge. I'm going to test out this brush. Very excited for it. It's like a little kabuki for underneath the eye. And the price point is really nice on Rare Beauty. And then I just want a pinch of brightness. So I'm using a much lighter shade. This is W110. And just doing a dab in the inner corner and to highlight points of the face. And then to set my face, perfect the skin, I'm going to be using the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder. I purchased this big guy a while ago. I had little samples of it and I really like the powder, but I haven't really dipped into my repurchase, so I figure let's use it for this video. Taking a puff, I'm just going to make sure any creases, blend it out first, and then set the under eye. I'm just making sure I press in my problem areas. Any place I don't want excess shine, just gonna do a nice press, and then I'm gonna lightly go in with a brush to set the rest of my face. Then I have a new bronzer to test out from LH Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Beyond. They sent 2 shades. This will be suitable for this look. I really like the tone of it. And then I'm gonna try out this F44 Powder Sculpt Brush from Sigma. I also don't have any brush that's designed like this either. It's really cool. So I do like quite a bit of bronze. This was nice and buildable. Went on smooth. I really like the brush too. Whole combo is really nice. And then for blush, I purchased this after I saw someone use it on TikTok. It is so pretty. I've been obsessed with this. And I also use this on my lips in another video, so I'm gonna actually do that today too. So I'm gonna go ahead and do both at the same time, but I did line my lips first with MAC Cork. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to drop stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with this. Then using my finger, I'm gonna take the Danessa Myricks Beauty, and this is one of her Yummy Skin Blurring Blushes in Bellini. And I did use this on my lips as well. It is such a pretty color. I feel like peach is taking over pink on TikTok right now. Pretty sure this color I'm gonna be wearing all summer. It is so gorgeous. Just taking my finger, applying a little bit to my cheeks. Normally I would take a brush like this, so I'm actually going to take some on the brush, it's the multitasker, and just press it into the skin Ah, gorgeous. Loving how everything is looking. Then we're just going to finish off the lower lash line, and I do have a new eyeliner. I didn't pick this up during the Sephora sale. I ended up picking up after. Should have just bought it during the Sephora sale. I'm going to take this Sigma E42 Precision Firm Blender. I'm going to take a mixture of the orange and the brown shade that we did in the crease. I'm just going to run that along my lash line. This brush reminds me of one of my favorite Sephora brushes that had been discontinued. So I'm really happy to have this. It's a really nice shape and density. And then for liner, I did pick up the Makeup by Mario, the Perfect Brown. So I'm hoping that this is in fact the perfect brown liner, because I'm on the quest, on the hunt for the perfect brown. Went on really nicely. Oh yeah, that is pretty. I love that color, and it's so even. It just looks so good. A little bit of lower lash mascara. Then to seal the deal, I did pick up this during the Sephora sale. It is from One Size, and it's their On Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I figured this will be good because it mattifies the look, but I do have a glow to my skin right now. I love how my skin looks currently. I want to see how this mattifies, or if this does anything, because I didn't use any sort of pore filler, anything like that. I want to see how this seals the face. I heard this smells like hairspray. I did use hairspray on my face when I was 19 before setting sprays really were a thing. I don't recommend. Oh yeah. It's like L'Oreal Elnet on the face. Are we seeing anything? I'm not, because my eyes are closed. Sometimes I wonder about myself. I like that this is a continuous mist. I could definitely do without whatever fragrance is in here, and we will see how my makeup holds up. I will update you in the description box or in the comments on this if I do think it's waterproof, and in a future update for my Sephora haul update video. That's where I update on my Sephora products. But I will be continuing to test this out. I think it might have perfected my skin slightly. I'll have to go back in the footage to see, but I feel like it did slightly mattify the skin. Normally I pop off camera, fix my hair, get dressed, come back, and we talk more about the products. However, I'm already ready. And in previous videos, I used to do a fragrance of the day, and I did want to try out a new fragrance in this video as well. So we have the Burberry Her Elixir, and I did wear this the other day. This, I do feel like is a little bit stronger than the other one. I really want to buy this after I'm done my Burberry Her. And if I can't wait, at least get the travel. It is so pretty. Everything I loved about Burberry Her, I feel like is enhanced in this one. I think I like this one the most. Out of all the variations that I've personally tried, it is really nice. The more I look at the screen, the more I feel like I am mattifying. You guys let me know. You are my eyes for this. Starting off, I did use a bunch of new brushes in this video. I loved every single one of them. The Sigma ones, the Rare Beauty, I like them all. I'm going to continue to use them. I really like the uniqueness of these blenders. I could always use more angle brushes just because that's how I do my eyeliner every single day, is with shadow. The shape is really nice for the Rare Beauty. I like how long the bristles are, because a lot of concealer brushes like this, I feel like are slightly shorter and more dense. This allows the blendability but maintains the coverage, and I really like what they did with this. I can see me using that a lot further. This eyeliner, if this lasts in my waterline, I'm sold on this because I purchased the YSL and it said it was, okay, we have to throw something at myself again, right? I purchased the YSL and it said it was waterproof. I didn't find it overly long wearing myself. This color is perfection, and how the coverage is for my waterline, I feel like is super even and pigmented, and it just is a perfect tone for me. So I'm just hoping this lasts on my waterline. If it does, this is going to be my go-to for my waterline. The Flawless Beauty Primer from Pixi. I do like the glow it gives. I probably will use less next time. That was just user error. I think I was getting carried away because I had used a lot of sunscreen prior and I thought I had to use the same amount after using my sunscreen, but it did give a really nice glow to the skin. This brow gel from Sephora, I would highly recommend checking out. If you want your brows in place, they don't feel crunchy though, which is the difference between this and some other brow gels that I do like. I feel like it still has a flexibility to it, but they're really held down nicely. The more I use this, the more I like it actually. This is my favorite day so far using it. I love the Tom Ford foundation. I wish I didn't, but honestly, I just feel like my skin looks like skin with this foundation. It is really pretty. It is truly traceless. You can't really overdo it. It just always melts into the skin so nicely. And I love the color. I think tawny is the perfect match for me. And I've been using it, as I said, very often because I've already made quite a bit of a dent on this since I purchased it from the Sephora sale. The Danessa Myricks Beauty Blush, I passed on this initially. All the colors look very similar and vibrant, so I would recommend only picking up one. This color to me though, this is what I want to wear all summer. I love this shade on the lips, on the cheeks. It has that blurring quality to it. I feel like it smoothed out my lip lines. I feel like it looks beautiful on the cheeks. I am so happy with this purchase. I haven't even hauled it for you guys yet because I'm waiting to do my Sephora haul update. And you guys know I show you everything that I get from Sephora. This is one of those things that you get a sneak peek. I love this blush, so Bellini. Check it out. That was a TikTok influence for me. The NARS palette, I just used the one shade so far, but I think it's so pretty. Again, I'm loving this makeup. I think it's a perfect glam for summer. It is fairly heavy on the eyes, but the skin looks fresh, and I feel like it just kind of works together. I already told you guys I'm loving a brow powder. This setting spray I need to continue to test, but so far I feel like it is really nice. I won't need something like this every single day of my life because I don't need to waterproof myself, nor do I typically like super matte, but I like it right now. It just needs to be actually waterproof for me to warrant purchasing this because that's what I intended when I bought that. This I just threw in today, but the Clé de Peau Micellar Cleansing Water is really nice. The only thing, and this is the last product here that I wanted to talk about that I don't really recommend, is the Jisoo Honey Infused Lip Oil. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people love this, but it's just the smell for me. That's the only thing. I don't think it's the formula, applicator, packaging. Nothing else about it. It's just the smell, and since it's so close to my nose, it's one of those things that I wouldn't want to repurchase because it just doesn't have a nice smell to me. It can either smell like nothing or something sweet and yummy. It just can't smell like that, like it went off or whatnot. But that is everything that is new for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this trying new makeup. I had so much fun recreating the look somewhat, plus adding more touches that I felt were really popular in other videos, like the lip and the blush. Felt like a lot of people wanted to see that. So I hope this kind of helps you out decide what products are out there that you want to purchase by their application on my face, how it goes on. And as always, I will continue to update you on every single product that I featured in this video. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, for spending some time with me today. If you've not already, I'd absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos, and we'll see you guys in my next one.